What if the stories we are told, the headlines that scream from our screens, are only half the truth? What if the reality of a nation is not defined by its politics or its leaders, but by the quiet, daily lives of its people, by the simple acts of kindness, and by the colors that flourish in the most unexpected places? This is the story of a journey into a country often misunderstood, a journey into the heart of Iran, a place where media myths dissolve in the face of human reality. Our story begins in the bustling, sprawling city of Tehran. The world outside often paints a picture of a grim, grey, and oppressive metropolis, but the truth is a kaleidoscope of life. When you arrive, you do not find a city trapped in the past. Instead, you find a vibrant, modern hub powered by a high-speed metro system, one of the most efficient in the world. As you ride through its clean, well-lit tunnels, you see a microcosm of society. Students with backpacks, businessmen in suits, and women of all ages, all moving with a purpose that speaks of a city that is very much alive. The streets above are filled with noise and motion, with bustling markets and sleek, cashless cafes where young people gather, debating philosophy, sharing jokes, and living a life that seems a world away from the stern images you may have seen. This is a city that breathes, that laughs, that dreams, proving that the spirit of its people cannot be contained by any single narrative. And who are these people? The narrative often confuses them with their neighbors, but the simple, crucial truth is that Iranians are not Arabs. They are Persians, descendants of an ancient, grand civilization with their own rich culture and their own Indo-European language, Farsi, which is a language of poetry and grace. To understand them, you must let go of these common misidentifications. Just as importantly, you must look beyond the image of a hostile, aggressive nation. Iran's history in the modern era is one of a country that has not initiated a major war. Its military doctrine is framed by a no-first-strike policy, a fact that stands in stark contrast to its portrayal in the news. This is a nation that, in its modern history, has sought to protect itself rather than to conquer, a subtle but significant difference that gets lost in translation. The perception of a fanatical, extremist population is another myth that crumbles upon closer inspection. While the state is a theocracy, the population is not a monolith of religious radicals. In fact, you will find a diverse range of beliefs and practices. For many, public religious displays are more a matter of tradition and culture than of strict adherence to radical ideology. You will find people who are deeply devout, and you will find people who are not. You will find people who practice their faith quietly, and you will find people who embrace a secular lifestyle. The reality is far from a single-minded collective. It is a complex mosaic of individuals navigating a system with humor, resilience, and a quiet sense of defiance. This is most powerfully evident in the story of Iranian women. The world sees the hijab as a symbol of absolute oppression, a uniform of subjugation. But look closer. Look at the colors and patterns of their chadors, the way they wear their scarves, sometimes pushed back to reveal a cascade of hair. Look at the way they use fashion and makeup as a form of art, a subtle but powerful assertion of self and individuality. The hijab is a legal requirement, yes, but Iranian women have found a way to make it their own, to use it as a canvas for self-expression. Beyond this, their intellectual strength is staggering. Nearly 60% of university students in Iran are women. They are not confined to their homes. They are doctors, scientists, architects, and artists. They are a driving force of the country's intellectual and professional life, a reality that completely dismantles the myth of their subjugation. But Iran is more than just its cities. The common image of a parched, endless desert is a gross misrepresentation of its vast and varied geography. Travel north and you will find a completely different world. Lush, green forests, and majestic snow-covered mountains with ski resorts that attract locals and tourists alike. Travel to the coast, and you will find beaches and the cool sea air. The land, like the people, is full of contrasts and surprises, a testament to a richness that few outside the country ever get to see. Perhaps the most touching myth to debunk is that Iranians are hostile to tourists. The truth is the complete opposite. They are a people of immense hospitality. Many have been isolated from the outside world due to sanctions and politics, and they see visitors not as strangers, but as a long-awaited connection to the rest of humanity. You will be welcomed into homes, offered tea, and invited to share meals with families who know nothing about you, but are eager to show you kindness. It is a level of warmth that can be overwhelming to a foreigner, a testament to a culture that has always valued its guests. This hospitality shines through even in the face of genuine hardship. The film does not shy away from the fact that poverty and the effects of sanctions are real, but it also shows how communities quietly and effectively support each other, showcasing a resilience that comes from a deep sense of shared humanity. Ultimately, the story of Iran is a human story. It is a story of a people who, despite the headlines and the political struggles, live full, vibrant, and complex lives. It is a story of resilience in the face of hardship, of beauty in unexpected places, and of a humanity that transcends all borders and all misconceptions. It is a story that reminds us to look beyond the veil and see the truth for ourselves.